Welcome to Good Day LA. It's 8 o'clock on this Friday. I'm Jen Lammers.
I'm Bobby Castro. Yes, happy Friday to you. And here's a look at some of the stories we'll be covering this morning. The suspect in that massive Ontario warehouse fire earlier this week due in court today. This as he faces new charges. We have a live report coming up.
And Tuesday's strike deadline is still looming for the LA Unified School District. Now parents are joining teachers and staff as the school board meets to figure out its next move.
The countdown to splashdown. We'll have more on final preparations for the Artemis II crew as they get ready to return home. First, let's get to Marie with a check on the weather. Splashdown.
Yeah, I know, splashdown. We've been watching the weather forecast so closely because of that splashdown due at around 5:07. That's their target time, just off the coast of San Diego. And there's certain criteria that they have to meet, like no storms within 30 miles. The wind has to be below like 30 miles per hour. Surf heights need to be below 6 feet. And I think that is a check mark for all those three. So it is a go. I think things look really good for that splashdown later today. The area of low pressure, storm 1, is farther to the north, so the bulk of the energy staying to northern central California and the central coast. For us, we have just a 10% chance we could see some light showers later tonight after the commute this evening. 57 in Woodland Hills currently, 58 in Pasadena, 63 in Corona, 45 in Big Bear, 72 in Palm Springs. Are you headed to Coachella, the festival? Weekend 1 is today, so starts today, 88 degrees there later this afternoon. All right, I'll send it back to you, too.
Maria, thank you. We're going to take you right to Rancho Cucamonga. A press conference underway. New charges for the suspect in that massive fire from Ontario.
Obviously, we're here on the complaint that the state filed against Shamel Abdul-Karim. With me today is U.S. Attorney for the Central District, Mr. Bill Asaley. Bill, thanks for being here. Police Chief of Ontario, Rudy Lopez. They're the main local agency investigating this case. Fire Chief Mike Gerken from the Ontario Fire Department. Special Agent in charge, Kenny Cooper of Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives. We also have Acting Assistant Director in charge of the FBI, Mr. Jeremy Robertson. Thank you for being here. And from my office, my assistant Tara, who's helped put this together, I appreciate, and our major crimes prosecutor, Debbie Ploghouse, who will be handling this case. As it relates to the state charges, yesterday, the DA's office filed charges against Mr. Shamel Abdul-Karim as a result of the fire several days ago in Ontario. The first charge is an aggravated arson charge, Penal Code Section 451.5A. There's also a special allegation there that the damage as a result of the arson was over $10.1 million. That actually makes this case, if convicted of this charge, if proven beyond a reasonable doubt, would be 10 years to life. The basis for that is the initial estimates that we've received is that the paper product alone that was inside of the warehouse was worth $500 million. The building itself was worth $150 million, so we're well over the threshold of the $2.1 million, and that doesn't even include the cost. It also can be included in a state arson charge, which is in regards to the efforts of suppressing and remediating the fire. Those amounts obviously will work with Ontario Fire and the other fire departments that responded. Kenny and his team at ATF will also be able to assist with those things. In addition to count 1, we filed an additional 6 more counts as it related to each separate fire that was started by the suspect in this particular case. There were obviously numerous pallets inside of the warehouse, and each one of the separate fires is a separate count, which carries a separate punishment, but obviously not as high as the aggravated arson count as it relates in count 1. I can tell you that currently he is presently set to be arraigned this morning on this complaint, actually across the street here at the Rancho Cucamonga courthouse. That I can't tell you for sure when it may happen, but it is scheduled today. That's going to be up to the court. The investigation is ongoing. Obviously, with our state partners, both Ontario Fire and Ontario Police have done a phenomenal job, but Mr. Asaley and the agencies that he works with on the federal level have been unbelievably cooperative in this. He and I have spoken very quickly on the phone to coordinate the efforts to understand, number one, the large scale of this, any motive behind it, to make sure that we have all the components covered with it. As it proceeds right now, we will proceed with Mr. Abdul Karim in state court, but we will work with our federal partners to coordinate whatever best efforts are necessary in order to hold this individual responsible. Before I step out of the way and allow U.S. Attorney Asaley to speak, I will say that obviously in San Bernardino County, as you guys have known, we've had a number of arson cases even in the last year. Unfortunately, those cases have dealt with land and homes. We've held people responsible on those particular cases. I've said it before, and I'll say it today. Arson to me is a real head scratcher. I do not understand that somebody who is suspected of arson does something where they get no value out of it other than to displace people from their jobs, to ruin commerce, to get in the way of labor, to put people in physical harm. Obviously, there was at least 20 other people in this warehouse when these fires were started. Those folks fortunately got out and were not harmed, but then the response by the fire was incredible, and the harm that could have happened there. Thankfully, nothing like that happened. But we want to be certain, at least for our residents, as sensitive as we are to arson in this county, particularly in Southern California, that these crimes are taken very, very serious. And as you can see, standing with me, my federal partner, Mr. Asaley, the local agencies and the federal partners, everyone takes these things serious. And we will proceed with this case. And obviously, as I say at all these press conferences, the suspect is innocent until proven guilty. But we don't file charges unless we believe we can prove each and every one of these counts beyond a reasonable doubt, and that will be our intention going forward. So, Bill, I'm going to turn it over to you. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, Jason. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I'm Bill Asaley, the First Assistant United States Attorney. This morning, we're announcing that we are also filing federal charges against Mr. Abdul Karim with arson, which carries a 5-year mandatory minimum federal prison sentence and is punishable by up to 20 years in prison. According to the federal complaint that we have filed, the defendant on early Tuesday morning filmed himself setting fire to multiple pallets of paper goods inside the Kimberly-Clark warehouse here in Ontario, causing an estimated $500 million in damages. This act of violence apparently was driven by his hostility to capitalism and corporations. The case is still under investigation, but we can say that the defendant worked for NFI Industries, a Chino-based third-party distributor that operated the $1.2 million building leased to Kimberly-Clark, a Texas multinational corporation. This company's products include Kleenex and Huggies and are used nationwide, being sold and shipped through interstate commerce, which provides us federal jurisdiction over this case. The defendant repeatedly boasted of his crimes. He posted Instagram videos showing himself lighting the merchandise on fire in the warehouse. He said, quote, if you're not going to pay us enough to effing live or afford to live, at least pay us enough to not do this. On video, with a wide shot, he had several burning spots were visible in the warehouse, and you could hear his voice repeating several times, all you had to do was pay us enough to live. The final video posted on Instagram showed the fire spreading throughout the warehouse and the defendant saying, there goes your inventory. In a text message to a coworker in the hour after the arson, the defendant wrote, quote, all you had to do was pay us enough to live, pay us more of the value we bring, not corporations. Didn't see the shareholders picking up a shift, unquote. In a phone call to one witness, the defendant compared himself to Luigi Mangione, the accused murderer of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. Look, America is founded on free enterprise and capitalism. There is an extremely disturbing trend where people are resorting to violence to communicate political messages or economic messages. I don't know if this guy saw himself as a Luigi, but he's an arsonist. He's a criminal. America is founded on capitalism. Anyone who attacks our values, our way of life, our system, which provides the best goods and services to the most people, we're going to come after aggressively. So not only is he now facing state charges, the state will be proceeding first. He's in state custody. He'll be arraigned on his state charges. He now has a federal charge. He has a federal arrest warrant. So when he's done with the state, he'll come to us. And we look forward to ensuring that Mr. Abdul Karim is behind bars for a very long time. Any You want to go to questions?
Thanks, Bill.
Yeah, thank you so much.
So I think we provided copies of the complaints. We have additional ones that we can give you. If there's any questions, we can try to answer them. And obviously, we've let our partners on the federal level, they're going to answer questions. If it's something outside of my subject matter expertise, we'll go from there. Rob?
So, obviously from the video, it sounds like he was attacking, as you said, capitalism. Any idea how many people he's actually put out of work because of his attack?
I know that obviously at the time of the fire there were 20 people inside of the building. I don't know for sure exactly how many people throughout the different shifts actually work there. So we know it's at least 20, but there's got to be more than that because it's a 1.5 million square foot building. So with different shifts, it's probably going to be however many shifts they run through, at least that many folks. So.
Sir, what was his specific job there, and beyond the fact that he was missing, how did he come to authorities' attention as a suspect?
Well, I think his job there was obviously just working in the warehouse, either unpacking pallets or bringing pallets in. I know that it was a very automated building, sort of state-of-the-art in terms of the way they organized their products. It came to the attention because apparently, at least initially, there was either a call to a girlfriend or a private post of what Mr. Asali was talking about in terms of the video, and then Ontario was alerted there. Perhaps the chief of Ontario knows maybe how that came in better, if Rudy wants to answer that question, but my understanding was it was other people that recognized who the suspect was, and they called in to alert them who might be responsible for the fire.
Do we know how unusual is it? Man posts his own video of himself doing these crimes. Does he see himself as some kind of anti-capitalist crusader?
Yeah, I mean, look, this is an alarming trend where we have these political extremists, if you will. They seem almost proud of their crimes, and so I don't know if it's part of the politics going on or what the story is, but they don't seem particularly concerned with being caught. So I think there's a message out there that maybe in California, we're not serious about crime or there isn't real consequences, but he's about to find out real quick that there are real consequences, not only just on the state side with a strong district attorney like Jason Anderson here in San Bernardino, but he's going to get federal charges as well. So
he specifically compared himself to Luigi Mangione?
Yes.
How many small fires were set?
We know that we can prove at least 6, and those are the additional charges behind the aggravated arson, which is count 1. So each one of those, as it relates in the state penal code, those are actually separate arson charges. So we know at least 6. I don't think we're going to fully know until the ATF and Ontario Fire complete their investigation. But as it relates now, we're going to proceed on that. And obviously, the most important charge is count 1 because it has the economic component.
What does his employer and co-workers say about him? I mean, did they see this coming, or did they say this is the most normal guy in the world, or what?
Brian, I don't have that information, and I don't know if Ontario police have any of that information yet, or they want to share it. I'm not sure that we've actually gotten the idea of trying to find out more behind where this may have come from.
Do you know if he has a prior criminal record?
I'm not aware that he does.
Do we know how long he worked for this company, and had he posted anything prior to this online about anti-capitalism or anything against his company?
Bill, you want to take it?
Yeah, this is an ongoing investigation. It's very quick for us to move this quickly, so it's still ongoing investigation. You have the FBI involved, the ATF, the locals. We're going to get to the bottom of everything. I don't have every detail of his life for you right now, but I'm sure the media will be looking at all that stuff as well. Yeah.
Mr. Stanley, what do you think of someone showing such unrepentant malice?
I think it's abhorrent. It's disgusting. It's an attack on society and all of us here, all the hardworking taxpayers who are not only being defrauded, but you have guys like this who are lighting up warehouses which provide good-paying jobs to people, or jobs that people need. So it's disgusting, and we're not going to tolerate it. And under both the county and the federal government will come down hard on anyone like this.
Now, he was part of a class action lawsuit against one of his previous employers, alleging not getting paid, no meal breaks, no rest breaks. Have you guys had an opportunity to go back
No.
that far and see if those.
I'll be shocked if there's a major corporation in California that's not paying their employees. California comes down hard on corporations like that. Any other questions? Yes, sir.
If found guilty of all of these state charges, how many years would he be facing? Just so we get an idea between that and the federal charges, how many years is he looking at?
So the max that he's looking at on count one, because it's aggravated arson, is 10 to life, and that's as a result of the economic damage. That's an enhancement within arson. So if you're looking at that, that would be the major charge. Honestly, under state procedural rules, he would not be sentenced separately for the additional arsons. That would probably be what we call Penal Code 654. It would run concurrent. But the aggravated arson does require that you actually do 10 calendar years. So you're not talking about half time or a third time or all of this other stuff that goes on in this state as regards to reducing people's time. So the major thing that we would have to keep track of would be the 10 to life.
And is there exposure on the special allegation?
That makes it 10 to life.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what makes it 10 to life.
And sir, what is the specific federal charge? Or was this a violation?
It's arson. Federal. It's arson.
Okay.
Yeah. Arson involving interstate commerce.
So if there's no other questions, appreciate you guys being here. I will indicate that one of my colleagues, Brandon Ramirez, is always present. He's happy to translate anything into Spanish that may want to go out to networks to our Spanish-speaking.
Okay, so you just heard from U.S. Attorney Bill Saley, also the San Bernardino County District Attorney, talking about new federal and state charges against the Ontario warehouse fire suspect Shamel Abdul Karim, talking about at least 6 counts related to each of those 6 fires that were started inside that warehouse.
Yeah, those are state charges and also now a federal charge as well, facing 10 years to life for the state charges. So we'll continue to follow those developments there. Again, more state and federal charges now against that suspect in that massive Ontario warehouse fire earlier this week. We'll be right back.
And welcome back to you. I'm meteorologist Maria Quaban. We're watching two storms. The first one staying to the north for the most part, so we should be mostly dry today with just some clouds increasing. And I think that splashdown this afternoon should be a success with no weather really impacting it too much. That's the good news. Saturday, we'll see some spotty on and off showers ahead of this second system here, which will be the one. It's a colder storm. Will be bringing some widespread rain. It looks like late Saturday night into Sunday. That one, I think we'll all kind of get in on that action. There is a chance for some thunderstorms. And as far as rain totals, starting from late tonight with those very light showers through Monday, maybe a quarter of an inch to a half an inch, depending on where you are, and then maybe an inch or more for the mountains and foothills. And then as that leaves, most of next week will be staying dry. By the way, yesterday we got the first official outlook for the hurricane season coming up, which begins June 1st. This one came from CSU. We go to them really for the first forecast, Colorado State University. The Atlantic, we're looking at about 13 named storms, 6 hurricanes, 2 of them major, slightly below normal. Normal would give you 14 named storms, 7 hurricanes, and 3 major hurricanes. The East Pacific, the hurricane season actually begins May 15th. And being that this could be a super El Nino year, which means warmer than average sea surface temperatures, could mean very active for us in the East Pacific. Doesn't typically hit us or impact us too much, but we'll be watching it closely because the last several years we have had our share of close calls, including Hillary, that brought in quite a bit of moisture for us and some weak tornadoes. All right, 72 today for downtown LA with that rain staying to our north. We'll be right back after this quick break, so don't go anywhere.
Coachella kicks off today, and officials are promising a much smoother ride for hundreds of thousands heading to the desert. A new traffic plan now in place to prevent the infamous 9-hour delays that we all saw last year, featuring expanded check-in areas to keep vehicles moving. Coachella has a star-studded lineup headlining the two-weekend festival, including Sabrina Carpenter, who recently released her song House Tour. She teamed up with actress Margaret Qualley and Madeline Klein as they play a trio of glam thieves in her music video. Justin Bieber will also be taking center stage at Coachella. For the first time in his career, Justin Bieber is headlining the festival with performances set for both weekends. The appearance comes after a comeback year with his album Swag earning Grammy nominations. Coming up, the NHRA Winter Nationals return to Pomona. Coco is joining us live from the track with all the high-speed action. We'll be right back.
We have some breaking news here at 8:30. Shamel Abdul Kareem, the man charged with setting that massive fire at a warehouse in Ontario on Wednesday, will now be facing state and federal charges for his alleged crimes. Authorities telling us just moments ago that they plan to go after the suspect to the fullest extent of the law.
It's disgusting. It's an attack on society and all of us here, all the hardworking taxpayers who are not only being defrauded, but you have guys like this who are lighting up warehouses which provide good paying jobs to people or jobs that people need. So it's disgusting, and we're not going to tolerate it.
Authorities say the 29-year-old suspect worked at the facility and was upset about not earning a living wage. The 6-alarm fire took firefighters hours to put out, with investigators saying the damage tops $500 million. Rachel Aragon will have a full report and more from that press conference at the top of the hour.
All right, let's talk about the weather, 8:30 on this Friday.
Yeah, in the meantime, we're watching 2 late season storms just in time for our weekend. The good news is Storm 1 is not going to impact splashdown later this afternoon. It's going to give us about a 10 to 20% chance for some showers, but it'll be later tonight into very early tomorrow morning. And I think Saturday will actually be okay with just some spotty on and off hit and miss showers. The second system will move in Sunday, and that one will bring us more widespread rain, a little bit more in the way of some colder air and unstable air mass. So that could give us some thunderstorm chances. And as far as rain totals go, kind of impressive, actually, just depending on where you are, anywhere from a ½ inch to 1.5 inches over the mountains and foothills. So here's the timeline here. You can see by this evening, all the showers really still to the north or over the mountains, but otherwise largely clear across the coastline all the way to San Diego. And then we get a little bit of that hit and miss shower activity Saturday. Some places won't even see any showers, as you can see here. And then that second system moves in with a line of showers that are going to be more moderate to heavy at times. And then that will clear us out of here. It looks like by Monday morning, the morning commute should be okay into the afternoon. And then we'll get back to those temperatures that are going to be above average by the middle of next week. In the meantime, today highs will range from 73 in Woodland Hills, 72 downtown, 76 in Ontario, 56 in Big Bear, to that 88 degrees in Palm Springs. All right, let's head over to Samada and see what the traffic is looking like at this hour. Hey, Samada.
Good morning, Marie. Good morning, everyone. We do have an issue. We're going to take you along the eastbound side of the 91 through the Corona area. Main Street, a collision happened there, taking away a couple lanes, middle lanes rather. It's going to delay you quite a bit on your approach towards the 15, so keep that in mind. But outside of that problem spot, we're actually looking at some pretty decent conditions. 32 minutes, that's it, leaving downtown to get to Santa Monica. Now 31 minutes, 20 minutes coming inbound from the 110 405 going into downtown, and 24 minutes your drive along the West 60 from the 57. Here's a live Caltrans camera, both directions. It's going to be the 101 at Balboa Boulevard. Encino looking pretty good as well. Friday Light, back to you two.
All right, Samada, thank you. So the LAUSD school board is holding a closed-door meeting this morning as the clock ticks down to a possible district-wide strike.
Yeah, it's the deadline is Tuesday. Here's Brooke with the very latest on that. A lot of preparations over this weekend.
A lot of preparations over this weekend. This morning's special session will focus on contract talks with United Teachers Los Angeles and other labor groups. Parents with the group Reclaim Our Schools gathered outside district headquarters yesterday. They say if teachers strike, they'll be on the picket lines right beside them. The UTLA and SEIU Local 99 say they are prepared to walk out if their demands for a 17% raise are not met. Teachers say they believe the district can afford to pay more because they say it's sitting on a huge cash reserve.
We're fighting to ensure that the money right here at this district, who are sitting on a $5 billion surplus, goes to the classrooms.
It is ridiculous that we hold a 35% reserve and we're just holding on to it for a rainy day. This is the rainy day.
The LAUSD touched on that cash reserve in a statement it released yesterday. Part of that statement reads, quote, "The district remains committed to reaching agreements that support employees while also protecting the long-term financial stability of the district." Earlier this week, I talked to acting LAUSD Superintendent Andres Chait. He says no one wants a strike.
Say is we value your work. We know you are the backbone of this district. No one takes that lightly or diminishes that in any way. But our responsibility is to find a compensation agreement that values that work while maintaining good financial stability for the district.
No agreement would mean no school for nearly 400,000 students. UTLA represents teachers, counselors, nurses, and librarians. SEIU represents teachers' aides, bus drivers, cafeteria workers. Principals and some managers are members of the Teamsters Union. Pay increases are on the table, as well as stable work schedules and cancellation of some layoffs. A lot going on here, a lot to talk about. You know, just one thing for sure is this is the first time we've seen the three biggest unions in the district collaborate essentially on a strike together.
Right. And we're talking about, you know, you mentioned this, almost 500,000 students. And a lot of them, you've talked to some of those students, and their parents and their families rely on these meals every day to eat.
Yeah, you know, the district is always prepared for that. We saw this months ago when, you know, many parents were not getting SNAP benefits, right? And so the district kind of stepped in with resources. They're doing the same thing right now. So the district actually, if you go to schoolupdates.lausd.org, they have a couple maps for you, drop-down menu. You're going to hit family options, and then there are a few menus there. One is an interactive map for child care options, different locations from kids 5 to 17 years old, where they can be somewhere, you know, during school hours, during the day, and also there's a meal distribution.
Yeah. It happened during the pandemic as well.
Absolutely,
where,
yep.
Yeah, they made sure that they had food distribution sites for all of the students as well. It's interesting that the district itself has come up with a standalone specific website just for anticipating that the strike is going to happen.
Do you know how long they've been working on this?
Well, this website is a school updates website. So just we mentioned multiple different reasons that you may need to go on that very website over the years and find different updates. And so this is a website that has already existed, but it's where, you know, because you want to have something that you're familiar with. Right. So you want to be able to go there to that same website and get that information.
Yeah.
But certainly they've been ahead of these contract talks, knowing that it hasn't been going well, and I'm sure they've been planning accordingly, right?
Yeah.
I think for the most part, yeah, if you talk to both sides, they're in the middle of it. And, and that's really what the main focus is. Everybody also has these other responsibilities, right? They can't just focus on negotiations. They have to make sure kids can eat and have somewhere to stay.
Negotiations have been going on for over a year.
Long time,
and still, you know, they're still very far apart, which is pretty scary that it's come to this.
Yeah, we're talking about, like, I mean, 80% of the employees. This is a massive coalition of people.
Okay. We'll follow
Thank you
closely. Thank you. New this morning, Greece has announced plans to ban social media for children younger than 15. It starts next January. It requires online platforms to restrict underage users or face fines. Government officials say the ban is to help mitigate the rising numbers of anxiety and sleep problems. Social media causes in young children. Apps like Meta, Snapchat, and TikTok have agreed with Greece's ban, but say they will comply with the law. Other countries with social media bans for kids include Australia, Malaysia, Indonesia, France, and Spain.
Meantime, Abbott Laboratories will have to pay $53 million in cases tied to the company's infant formula. A jury in Chicago, Illinois, reached the decision yesterday. The cases against Abbott involve Chicago area babies who developed intestinal disease after consuming the company's formula for premature infants. Abbott faces nearly 2,000 similar cases across the country.
All is well with Michael J. Fox. Rumors swirling on social media after CNN mistakenly published an article and tribute video. That news sent fans into a frenzy, and the actor took to social media in a very Michael J. Fox way, saying, "I thought the world was ending, but apparently it's just me, and I'm okay. Love, Mike." CNN says the package was published in error, and they sent their apologies to Michael J. Fox and his family.
You know, when it gets hot outside, those paper fans or the mirrors don't always work as well as you want them to.
Plus, you're expending energy when you're doing this, right?
You're working up a sweat trying to pull yourself off.
Exactly.
So fan maker Dyson is going mini for the summertime, and people are already buzzing about it. The company just unveiled the Hush Jet Mini Cool Fan. It's their first ever portable fan. And you know, Dyson does it well. Right?
We're big Dyson
Looks
fans
like something.
here.
It's a handheld device that weighs just 7.5 ounces. That's less than half a pound. You can hold it in your hands, have it standing on a desk, or even wrap it around your neck with a lanyard.
Wow. Okay. Nice.
And get this. It delivers airflow speeds up to 55 miles per hour.
Wow.
Dang. Take that summer heat. Like Dyson's larger fans, there are no exposed blades. They don't play like that. Everything is tucked safely inside. The price comes in at just under $100. The Hush Jet Mini Cool is available now with more color options coming later on this year.
I got thoughts, but
I have many thoughts.
What's your thought?
I just
some of them I can't say on television.
Well,
I'm not gonna
like
lie.
where you can use it? Is that what you mean?
Well, no. I mean, it looks different, but $100 for a Dyson is top of the line. We have used the Dyson hair.
So I will say the Dyson Airwrap is the beast.
I mean, 100. I thought with their technology, I mean, $100. I mean, it's a lot of money, but it could be more.
How much are one of those air conditioner splitters that people put?
Yeah, and those things last forever.
Yeah. At that point, you know. Also,
they work well.
Dyson does work well. It really does. We use their hair.
I have the vacuum.
Just want to say, ask and you shall receive. So this morning I said,
oh, where's the
I asked.
You found out where the Dodgers section is?
No, is there a Dodgers-Angels couple watching us?
Oh, there we go.
I just got it. That's why I couldn't send it in. But Lupe here.
Hello, Lupe.
Says that they have a perfect MLB household. She's a Dodgers fan. Her husband, an Angels fan.
Okay.
Lupe, who just sent me that photo. So look, it can happen in harmony.
They're fans of the sport.
She says we coexist in a perfect MLB household.
I thought you figured out where the Dodgers, where the get-together section is, the mixing
is it?
It up section. I said I thought you found out.
Yeah, somebody please tell us where that section is. Bob wants to know. He's asking for a friend. Yep. Entertainment sponsored by Yamaba Resort and Casino. Woo, spooky season. 204 days until Halloween. So we asked you in our poll question of the day, is it too early for Halloween decor sales?
Obviously, yes.
Wow, 61%.
Correct.
You know why? Because our viewers have sense.
Let's see what else they said. They said, and sensibility. Selena in South El Monte said, it's too early.
Selena.
People still light their Christmas and lights and it's April, and no pumpkin spice latte either.
Thank you, Selena.
All right, Selena. And one more from Larry in Banning. Absolutely love the idea of Halloween decorations all year round. Makes it exciting. Yeah. Well,
I want to see Larry's backyard.
No, come on.
Larry, you're going to get that LED hearse and T-Rex from Home Depot.
I want to see what he's got going on.
You know what day it is? TGIFF. Thank goodness it's Furry Friday. Thank goodness our viewers have the most adorable pets. Good day, LA DJ. Drop the meows. Like, look at these Dodger dogs. We've got Buddy and Cheeto.
Ask them where the Dodgers mixing it up section is.
Ooh, are we mixing it up?
They already mixed it up.
They mixed it up. We love it. Thank you so much for sending them in. Next, that milkshake brings all the boys to the parking lot. Milkshake in Long Beach, taking the cat pool lane.
Nice Iron Man.
Nice Iron Man feature.
Cell phone holder.
Yeah.
Or a Dyson fan holder at this point. Next, we've got Kiko in Paramount. And it's Bow Tie Friday. What do you think Kiko's saying?
Kiko sees something that's making him excited.
Yeah.
He's like, I know where that mixing it up section is in Dodger Stadium.
I love it. And next, we've got Junie in Rancho Cucamonga. And Junie's a Maltipoo, and I say Maltipoo cutie pie.
That's my dog.
Yeah.
I have a little Maltipoo.
And Junie could be
Sophie and Junie.
Aww.
Friends forever.
And next, don't forget about the cats. The cats like the Dodgers, too.
Look at that.
Wow.
This is Ziggy Stardust and Dana
Great name.
Point. And Ziggy is feline blue. Next, we've got the Pudge in Dana Point. And there's 2 Dana Point submissions here. But Pudge won't budge.
That's right.
In Dana Point. Just staying still on that leash. Next, if you have room in your home and your heart, please consider adopting Connie, a 2-year-old shepherd mix who's up for free adoption at the DeVore Animal Shelter. She's an energetic girl who loves doing zoomies around the yard, splashing in the water, playing with toys, or simply going on a walk. Bonus points, she's familiar with the commands sit and down, and she's treat motivated if you want to teach her some new tricks.
Looks like she's waiting for a treat, right?
Yeah, Connie is one of several fur babies looking for a forever happy home at the DeVore Animal Shelter in San Bernardino. So please reach out to them if you want to give Connie a home. For more information, you can also call 909-386-9820 or go to that website right there on the screen. And if you can't adopt, but you have enough room to foster, please consider this little guy. This is Kingston. Look at Kingston.
He's so cute. I'm surprised no one's called yet.
Please.
Sweetheart.
More like today. He goes, can I come stay with you? It's not my fault. I need a new foster. He needs to find a new local foster home.
in the San Gabriel Valley, preferably. He's a sweet boy that enjoys walks and cuddles. The nonprofit organization Join the Scars, they provide the supplies and the support. They just need you to provide a home and some love. So if you're interested in fostering Kingston, who loves pets and loves, please DM Join the Scars, that's the SoCal Animal Rescue Squad, on Instagram, or email info@jointhescars.org.
So how cute.
And watch this. He gives kisses. So cute.
Love the smooches.
And if you want to see your fur baby featured right here on Furry Friday, just email us at furryfriday@fox.com. Don't forget, though, include a picture, their name, and the city you live in.
And it doesn't have to be a dog or a cat.
What do you want this next week?
What are we asking
Let's
for
see
this
those
time?
ferrets.
Ferret.
You know, ferrets are illegal.
I think they are.
Are they?
In Southern California.
Bob, you're going to get someone in trouble. Bobby.
We need something
Horsies.
else. Horsies.
Horsies.
Get a rabbit. A pony.
Gerbil.
Yeah, we'll do gerbils.
Horse or rabbit. Bunny.
All right. Let's get it on. Coming up, Coco is back on a race car track this morning.
This time, she's telling us about the NHRA Winter Nationals in Pomona. First, let's get to some unavoidable traffic.
And good daily traffic is sponsored by Law Offices of Jacob. I'm Ronnie. Call Jacob.com. Unfortunately, you're going nowhere fast, especially behind this collision. Up to 5 vehicles we're hearing got involved here, eastbound side of the 91 at Arlington Avenue, and it's going to create some delays on your approach again through the Riverside area. Make sure you plan accordingly. Again, the 91 east at Arlington. Here's a look through downtown. Looking good overall. 20 minutes northbound 110 from the 405. It's Friday light, and here's a look at the 91 at Main Street. Oh, there is a hint of that collision there. We'll continue to keep tabs on that. Here's a look at some other traffic hotspots.
I looked up and just ran.
Maybe we need to seek somebody who does have the expertise to be able to guide us through the process.
If you're getting to an accident,
You're in good hands by dealing with Jacob and Ron.
call Jacob.
This weather is sponsored by the law offices of Larry H. Parker. I'm meteorologist Maria Quaban. We're looking at some clouds outside. This is our camera up on our rooftop, and yes, we are looking out towards Storm 1. Two storms we're watching, actually. Storm 1 is actually a little bit farther to the north, so not really impacting us too much today other than some clouds. We've got the rain there in northern central California along the central coast. We'll get about a 10 to 20% chance we'll get some light showers later tonight. Will not be impacting the splashdown timeline here just after 5 p.m. this afternoon. Now, Storm 2 is a little different. This one's packing in a little bit more cold air, so this was going to bring a little more instability and a chance for some thunderstorms for us. It will bring a bit more widespread rain. It looks like late Saturday into Sunday, so that's the day you really do have to be prepared for plenty of wet roads. Otherwise, we do have an air quality alert in place for the Coachella Valley. If you're headed to the festival, we have some gusty winds there, along with all that blowing dust. The winds also quite strong over the mountains and the deserts. Here's your surf forecast. 2 to 4 feet Ventura County beaches. LA, 3 to 5. 2 to 4 Orange County all the way south into San Diego. Just watch that rip current risk, moderate to high in the water. Here are the 7-day forecasts. We'll start with the coast. 69 today to that 64 on Sunday. Just a 10% chance for showers tonight into tomorrow. Kind of a spotty on again, off again rain type of thing for Saturday. Sunday will be a little bit more widespread. Downtown LA, 72 today, down to just 64 on Sunday with that 80% chance for showers. Lingering a little bit early Monday morning's commute. Otherwise, it will be drying out. 73 for the valleys, Inland Empire, 68 on Sunday. The mountains, 56 with some clouds. There is a chance we could see some snow up in Big Bear, a couple inches, and that snow level expected to drop to near 4,500, 5,000 feet by Sunday. 70 degrees in the high desert to that 60 on Sunday, and a chance for some showers there, about 70%. And then the Coachella Valley, 88, and Palm Springs to 75 on Sunday with that 40% chance for some showers. Back to you.
All right, Maria, thank you. Excitement building in Pomona for a big weekend of drag racing.
That's right. It's going to get loud. Coco's there with a preview of the NHRA Winter Nationals. Good morning.
Hey there, the Lucas Oil NHRA Winter Nationals are underway at the Pomona Drag Strip. A lot of excitement, great drivers as well. I am so excited to introduce you to Melody Johnson, who is a dragster driver. We were just talking about how you've got a brand new sponsor, so you're taking a look at the car for the first time in person. Tell us about this car.
Yeah, this is the Speedmaster Top Alcohol Dragster. This deal came together over the last few weeks, so we've been working hard to get it ready for Pomona and debut here at my home track. This partnership is really just that. It's a great alignment between two brands, myself in drag racing and just performance driven. My dad's been racing for a lot of years, and he's the best top fuel tuner there ever's been. So just looking at Speedmaster's legacy and that alignment is so great, and being able to share this racing with them and see the success, build something long term is really the goal here.
I mean, that's just incredible. And we were also talking about the fact that you are a grant recipient, and this is the first time this has happened with Shipped Up Now, right?
Yes, yeah. So I actually learned that when the article came out, that I was the first drag racer to receive the grant. And the Shipped Up Now Foundation has done a wonderful job lifting up drag racers from all sports. It's female driven, and they're really trying to close that funding gap for women in racing. There's tons of awareness around females in sport, but motorsport, we're kind of our own little deal here. So it's really great to have the support from the community like that.
Absolutely, because bouncing off of that, what it means to you to be a female in a male-dominated sport like this.
Yeah, I mean, it's the best time to be a part of it is now. We have so many female drivers that are out here. We're winning, we're successful, and we're able to build partnerships like with a Speedmaster. There's so much connection that we can make with brands, and it's great to see more and more companies spending their dollars with female athletes. It's quite impressive, and I'm happy to be a part of it.
Well, we're happy you're a part of it. Thank you so much, Melanie. Best of luck to you on the track this afternoon as well. Definitely a fun time out here at the Pomona Drag Strip. Something for you to come and enjoy. If you want tickets, head to nhra.com, or you can just arrive and buy your tickets here. I'll send it back to you.
Love it. Coco, thank you.
Thank you, Coco.
You know, speaking of cars, rush hour traffic can make you feel like you're losing your marbles.
I think a lot of people can relate to that situation.
Yeah.
that is hilarious.
But like honking the horn like a person would honk.
Right. Like aggressively. He was apparently tired of waiting for the owner to come back. Oh, it's like once he knows that this works, it's just going to keep doing it. The dog bouncing in the driver's seat while the car was parked. One person online joked about the video, saying the dog probably just discovered the biggest squeaky toy ever.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Wow. That's funny.
He's determined.
Uh-huh. Okay, so time to check in. Wow, it's already time to check in with Aroxia. Dang, hi, good morning.
Hi, you're not going anywhere, though.
So much fun.
I know, I'll be here.
Just switch seats and
that's right.
We're good
Working
to go.
on it. Stop rushing me.
All right, so making Los Angeles more affordable to live in. Details on the new housing initiative announced by city officials coming up. Plus, K-pop group Monsta X taking over Good Day LA. Amanda's talking to the group about their newest album. You don't want to miss it, a live performance of their new track, Heal, coming up.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to 9 a.m. It is Friday. Happy Friday. I'm Roxy Carapadian.
And I'm Jen Lammers. In this morning for Sandra, let's take a look at your headlines.
Some new criminal charges announced against the suspect believed to have started a massive warehouse fire in Ontario. We have the latest.
Plus, dozens of families could be forced back onto the streets as safe parking lots are set to close. We'll tell you why.
And I'm Amanda Salas. Yes, no, maybe. I don't know. I'm going to repeat the question. But the revival show for the hit 2000 sitcom Malcolm in the Middle, it's officially streaming. And I'm speaking to one of the stars, Malcolm's girlfriend. Just a few minutes, so hang on tight. But first, we'll check in with our girl, Maria.
And good morning to you on this Friday. We've got a lot going on starting today into the weekend, including the astronauts splashing down later this afternoon. And I think we're going to have pretty nice weather for that to happen. We're actually watching a storm system, but it's going to stay to our north. You can see all the rain across northern, central California, the central coast here. We may get some very light showers later tonight, but not during the time period where we are expecting that splashdown at around 5:07 this afternoon. Currently 60 degrees in Oxnard. Same for Pasadena. 63 in Ontario. 64 in San Bernardino. 46 in Big Bear to that 76 in Palm Springs. Speaking of Palm Springs, we've got Coachella starting this weekend. And it's going to be nice today. Lots of sunshine. 88 in the low desert to that 70 in the high desert areas. 56 in the mountains. A chance for snow up in Big Bear. I'll tell you when exactly. 72 in downtown LA to the upper 60s along our coast. I'll be back with the rest of the forecast. Back to you.
All right, Maria, thank you. The man accused of causing that massive warehouse fire in Ontario this week now facing additional charges.
Yeah, these new charges are on a federal level. Rachel Aragon is live outside the courthouse in Rancho Cucamonga where those charges were just announced. We actually learned a lot at this press conference, Rachel.
Yeah, we really did. In fact, we'll unpack that shortly. But now we're also learning the man accused of setting that massive fire at that warehouse in Ontario is expected to have his first court appearance. But we're hearing right now, you guys, that could be several more hours until he makes it to that courthouse. In the meantime, though, check out this picture right here. This is a brand new mugshot we just received this morning of the man suspected of arson. This is right here is 29-year-old Highland resident Kamal Abdul Kareem. Again, police confirming he's the employee of NFI Industries, which is a third-party distributor company of Kimberly-Clark. We'll take a look at the video right here. We've been showing it throughout the week. This is video now of that massive 6-alarm fire at the Kimberly-Clark Distribution Center, drawing in about 175 firefighters. Well, officials this morning announcing a new federal charge, this one arson-related as well, and court documents also saying when police searched him, they say an officer found a lighter on him. Well, the fire, according to the criminal complaint, causing about $500 million worth of damage. Well, shortly after the fire, take a look at this video right here as well. This video had been spreading on social media of what appears to be someone starting a fire inside a warehouse. Well, just about 30 minutes ago, we heard from a police and attorneys confirming today that they believe this video to be filmed by the suspect himself. Police say he also vented to witnesses over phone and text messages about his crimes, as well as his frustration with his employer and over his pay. Well, here are federal officials talking about the concerns over the suspect. They say they are tired of seeing people resort to violence to attack capitalism and other issues. And they said the suspect right here, you're about to see again, compared himself to Luigi Mangione, again, the man who allegedly killed the United Healthcare CEO worker. Take a listen.
In a phone call to one witness, the defendant compared himself to Luigi Mangione, the accused murderer of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. Look, America is founded on free enterprise and capitalism. There is an extremely disturbing trend where people are resorting to violence to communicate political messages or economic messages. I don't know if this guy saw himself as a Luigi, but he's an arsonist. He's a criminal.
And Jenna, Roxy, as you mentioned, we learned a lot actually from this press conference. One thing we learned that allegedly he said at least 6 fires. They're still looking into it. That number they said could grow. We also asked the officials if this man had any kind of criminal history. As of right now, they said they're not aware of any kind of criminal background. But so much to unpack here. The other thing they really focused on was the social media videos that we just saw. According to the complaint, the suspect allegedly posted the video that he shot on his Instagram story. That video, again, allegedly was then pulled from by a witness from social media, and that's how they got their hands on it. We also know that the suspect was found about 2 miles away from the facility of where that fire broke out, and according to court documents, it doesn't appear he put up much of a fight, and even had mentioned one time, according to police, that he was confessing. But again, we'll break down more information about this press conference as the morning goes on. Reporting live this morning, I'm Rachel Aragon. I'll send it back to you.
That aggravated arson charge is something that the U.S. Attorney Bill Asaley said they'll be focusing on. And how much prison time does that carry?
There's so many charges right now, right? But one thing they really zeroed in on was the economic damages. And I know for that charge alone could be anywhere from 10 years to life in prison. And again, that's just one charge, particularly as it relates, like I said, the damage that has been caused. So we're going to get more information. But as of right now, anywhere from 10 years to life.
It doesn't seem like he's that concerned in what you just said, what he revealed to investigators, but also putting that video out, which we showed, basically making it clear he's the one behind everything that transpired. So it looks like he was motivated and he really just wanted to do what he wanted to do and make a point.
Yeah, and that's what the U.S. Attorney found so concerning. He says we're often seeing these trends or at least patterns of people who are almost boasting, if you will, on social media or other platforms about what they allegedly did. And because that's really concerning. So, yeah, definitely a lot of questions about that.
Yeah, more wanting to send a message. All right, Rachel, thank you. So several local safe parking sites are set to shut down because of funding cuts. The move could actually force dozens of people living in their cars to find somewhere else to stay.
Let's go to Mario right now, live in South LA, with what people there are saying and how this will really impact that. Mario.
Roxy, Jen, people enrolled in this safe parking program say they feel a level of safety being in a secured parking lot instead of out on the streets, even in their car. And you can see here behind me the lot on Crocker Street. They also have access to bathrooms there in the corner of this lot. Residents say they were notified a few weeks ago it would be closing by the end of June, and many tell us they have nowhere else to go. So take a look. This lot here housed over a dozen vehicles overnight, and for those with a running car and a valid driver's license, these lots give them a secure place to park overnight legally with security and access to services. One of the service providers, HOPIX, which stands for the Homeless Outreach Program Integrated Care System, tells Fox 11 3 of its safe parking lots in South LA and Compton are set to shut down at the end of June because funding has been completely cut for those locations. And for many, this program has been a lifeline. So we spoke to some of the participants about the potential impacts of these closures, not only to them, but the surrounding communities.
We just gonna be out on the street. I mean, we have nowhere to go. I mean, we just gonna be sleeping in our car anywhere that we can sleep, you know, so it's not right.
If they close all the safe parking down, it's going to be a lot. And then the Olympics are supposed to come here, so I don't know what they're going to do with all the people to try to... LA is a very dirty city. It's going to be like Skid Row, where you have people using the bathroom on the sidewalk. That's what they're forcing people to do.
Officials with Safe Parking LA say they've been tracking shifting in funds for months and say other sites could face closures in the near future. HOPIX, which relies on city and county funds, warns that the closures will force families back into the streets. In a statement the organization released to Fox 11, they say HOPIX urges city and county leaders to consider the human cost of these proposed changes and to explore emergency funding options before the June 30th, 2026 deadline. Now, back out here live, we can tell you that there are over 30 safe parking sites, locations across the city and the county, and the 3 that are operated by HOPIX here in South LA and in Compton. They serve about 36 households, including families, entire families that live in their vehicles. And as of right now, those locations are set to close this summer. For now, live in South LA. Back to you in the studio.
It is its own lifestyle. All right, Mario, thank you. This all comes, by the way, as Mayor Karen Bass is pushing for a massive influx of cash for the Los Angeles housing market. The mayor and council member Isabel Jurado are calling for more than $360 million to build and preserve affordable housing across the city. The plan would fund 80 projects, adding more than 1,500 new units and repairing over 2,500 existing homes. The money would come from so-called mansion tax on luxury real estate sales. The proposal needs city council approval. Bass, who's running for re-election, says the investments would prevent homelessness, drive down housing costs as well.
Now to the very latest on the war overseas with Iran. Peace talks between the U.S. and Iran are set to begin tomorrow in Pakistan. Talks expected to focus on Iran's 10-point peace plan. The U.S. has agreed to work with Iran on several items, including a withdrawal of U.S. troops and economic relief. But Iran also wants to keep enriching its nuclear program and control the Strait of Hormuz. The White House says both of those points are non-starters. Vice President J.D. Vance will lead the U.S. delegation, and here's what he said before he boarded Air Force Two earlier this morning.
Look, we're looking forward to the negotiation. I think it's going to be positive. We'll, of course, see. As the President of the United States said, if the Iranians are willing to negotiate in good faith, we're certainly willing to extend the open hand. If they're going to try to play us, then they're going to find that the negotiating team is not that receptive. So we're going to try to have a positive negotiation. The President has gave us some pretty clear guidelines, and we're going to see.
President Trump posted on social media that Iran is doing a very poor job allowing oil through the Strait of Hormuz. Some ships have passed, but Iran says coordination is needed due to mines reportedly placed in the strait, and over 3,000 ships are still waiting to pass through it.
Okay, we have a lot more coming up on Good Day LA, but first let's get over to Maria for a check on traffic.
And we do have a little bit of traffic, but mostly Friday light. Good Day LA traffic is brought to you by DTLA Law Group Accident and Injury Attorneys. As we take a look at our real-time traffic map, yeah, pretty good actually. This is one of our live traffic cameras. This is on the southbound 241 from the eastbound 91 interchange here. You can see that it's all moving pretty nicely right there. A little hazy because of the cloud cover. Drive times in and out of downtown LA on that West 10 going towards Santa Monica between the 5 to the 405. Also pretty good, 22 minutes. Look at the northbound 110 between the 405 to the 10, just 16 minutes there. And on that West 60 between the 57 to the 5, 24 minutes. Now here's a look at some of the other traffic hotspots.
This broadcast is locally sponsored by DTLA Law Group, Auto Accident and Injury Attorneys. Have an injury? Text Injury Help to 40222 or visit us online at calldowntown.com. Message and data rates and usage may apply.
Well, we already have so much in common. Our next guest, you're going to love her. Entertainment sponsored by Yamava Resort and Casino. The highly anticipated Malcolm in the Middle revival series premieres today. It's the day on Hulu and Disney+. And a new beautiful member of the cast is bringing a fun dynamic to that manic family that we all know and love.
About your family, you said it was complicated. What I saw was not complicated. It was just wrong.
Yes, but I have a solution for that. All those angry, vicious things I screamed at him, imagine I didn't.
You have to make peace with your family, okay? For your own sake, and sure as hell for Leah's sake.
You don't understand. I can't. It's not just mom and dad. It's so much worse with my brothers. I mean, all we ever do is fight, except for when we team up to fight them.
You have brothers.
We're so excited to have actress Kiana Madeira with us today. You play such a pivotal role because you are Malcolm's girlfriend in the show.
Yes, I know. He's got his big boy job, big boy relationship.
Big boy relationship 20 years after where we left off, where he was graduating high school.
Yep.
And now, like you said, he's a grown man, and you play his girlfriend. And I asked you, when are we going to find Malcolm in the middle of a jewelry store getting that ring, huh?
I know. Actually, funny, though, that you mentioned that. There is a little piece in episode 4 that kind of alludes to something like that. So I'm excited for people to watch it to see that.
Okay. Yeah. So exciting. I mean, we love the show. It was here on our network years ago, and so many people related to this family because they weren't that picture perfect, Leave It to Beaver, suburban family. They had layers to them. What do you love most about this family?
Honestly, exactly like you said, when I was a kid watching the show, I loved that I could see myself in them.
Yeah.
As much as they were always screaming at each other and they're dysfunctional and like chaotic and crazy, there's so much love at the core of their dynamic.
Yes.
And I know that like the 4 episodes that we just shot and are premiering, they stay true to that.
Oh, good. The essence of what we love.
Yes.
You are no stranger to streaming because many fans have seen you on Netflix. You have a huge fan base. Fear Street Trilogy. Love.
Thank you.
Love. And then the fandom for the Fear Street Trilogy is strong.
They're amazing.
Yeah.
They're the best. I like, especially on TikTok, Instagram as well, but I would say TikTok, the fandom for Fear Street is incredible. I'm talking to them all the time on that.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is. And now you are a part of what I call like the binge culture because people can binge you on now Hulu and Netflix. What is the last thing you personally have binge watched?
That's a great question. Oh my gosh. I've been watching older seasons of Love is Blind.
Where's Jen? Where's Aroxia? We have a Love is Blind fan in the we love Love is Blind.
It's so good.
The older seasons are better, in my opinion.
I watched the most recent season and then I was like, wait, let me go back. I was late joining the train. I'm obsessed.
Okay, which season did you watch? The first one? With Lauren and Cameron?
I honestly have. Oh, yes. I saw that one. Yeah. They're amazing.
Solid.
Yeah. I just recently finished Chicago.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a good one.
Yep.
So that's a good one to binge for sure. That one's on Netflix. When you join a cast that is already so familiar with each other, and then you're the new, very important part of the show, how did they welcome you on set?
They were so welcoming. Like, everyone was so kind. We actually got to meet each other 2 weeks before filming, so we had time to like have cast dinners, and Ken Kwapis, our director, and Linwood Boomer, the executive producer and showrunner, they really made sure that we got to, you know, bond and talk about our characters and our backstories. So when we stepped onto set, I already felt so welcomed. As fun as it is to watch the shows, I would say it's even more fun to film them.
Oh yeah, that cast is wild. Yeah, wild. I know. I mean, gosh, a day in the life. I would love to do a set visit for this.
I know, it's such a good time, so fun.
And you are, I say you're still a newlywed, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what is it, under 5 years? Somebody at a restaurant recently told me if you've been married 5 years and under, you're still considered a newlywed, so I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'm going on 1.5 years.
Okay, yeah, similar to me.
Okay,
Yep.
and so what is the best part about being a newlywed?
We've been together over 9 years. But I do think that the newlywed, like post-marriage, it hits a little different.
It does.
You know, like I always say it's like solidifying the team.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we just move even more in sync, more like a unit.
Yeah,
Like my husband, Lavelle, he's so supportive. He was with me in New York just now for the premiere of Malcolm in the Middle. And like, he's just the best. So yeah, I call him like my rock and my anchor.
That's
Yeah.
what I say.
Really?
Yes, we love a supportive husband on the show. We do. And we love you. Thank you for coming today.
Thank you.
Your future is going to be even brighter.
Thank
it already
you.
is really bright.
Thank you so much.
Of course. Once again, Malcolm in the Middle, Life's Still Unfair. Life's Still Unfair. You have to sing it, right? It premieres today on Hulu and Disney+. Thank you, Kiana. We will be right back. You're not the boss of me now. Tell me the song gets...
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good. Some things never got us.
And welcome back to you. I'm meteorologist Maria Quaban. Good day, LA weather is sponsored by Pechanga Resort Casinos. I've been admiring this shot here. This is, can you guess? Can you guess this camera view here? This is Catalina. That's right. This is in Avalon. Ding, ding, ding. We don't get this view very often, but this is that landing. This is where the Catalina Express, you know, drops you off and you get to run out and go catch your golf cart and tool around the island. I love Catalina, so if you haven't had a chance to go visit, you really should. There's the Catalina Express, of course, and then there's the helicopter that can take you over if you can do it. It's just about a 15-minute ride. in the chopper. Anyway, we've got some clouds outside right now. This is all related to an area of low pressure we're watching that is up to our north. This is storm 1 of 2 storms we have been watching all week. This one not going to impact the weather and splash down with our astronauts from Artemis 2. Anywhere from Catalina, actually, to San Diego. But I think the plan is just off the coast of San Diego at around 5:07 this afternoon is sort of the target time, local time. Storm 2 is going to be the one that's really going to be impacting our weather. Storm 1 is going to give us some very light showers tonight into early tomorrow, maybe hit and miss showers for Saturday. Some of us will not even get any rain at all tomorrow. But it's the second one that's moving in on Sunday that's going to bring more widespread rain and some mountain snow, not just for the Sierra Nevada, but Big Bear could see some snow as well, with that snow level dropping to around 4,500 feet. And as far as how much rain, it's going to be very varied. With that second system, it's going to bring in cold air, and there's going to be a chance for thunderstorms. So it could be anywhere from 1/4 of an inch of rain, depending on where you are, to maybe an inch in the higher elevations to 1.5 inches. But temperatures are definitely cooling down. So you're noticing that difference now. 6 degrees cooler in Lancaster than it was yesterday at this hour. 4 degrees cooler in Torrance. Around 72 in downtown LA today. 70 in San Diego to that 91 in Indio. I'll send it back to you.
Thank you, Maria. Is it right? Pop quiz. Is it raining?
Not right now.
Not right. That is a trick question, and you got it right.
Oh, thank you.
That's it. We love you, Maria. Okay. We also love Halloween here. Well, 2 out of 3 of us on this desk love Halloween. 1 tolerates it for the sake of our love.
I like it. I'm not
We
obsessed.
said loved. Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you say the L word to Halloween yet?
No.
Okay. It's been time.
Wow.
Wow. 65% say it's too early for Halloween decor sales. I'm going to shock everybody. I'm going to agree with you.
That's right.
I'm going to agree.
I mean, yeah.
Can we just put this thing to bed already?
But the people have spoken, and I want to hear what they have to say. Nellie from LA goes, it's too early. The year is moving too fast as it is. I bet she's saying, whoa, Nellie. I want to enjoy spring and the late sunsets of the summer before thinking of Halloween. Nellie, you're a romantic, I could tell.
Wow, how descriptive.
Very much so. Sabrina, also in LA, says it's never early. Summerween is around the corner. Halloween decor is so fun.
Okay, Sabrina, let's see your backyard.
I see you, Sabrina. But I also want to get excited about it when it's closer.
Yeah. Right.
Justin in LA says, we just finished our candy from last year.
I just threw ours out.
Very funny, Justin. You throw, whoa.
No, like it looked like it needed it.
Okay.
Welcome, welcome. Happy Friday, everybody.
Yes.
Yes.
Any fun plans?
I don't know. What about you, Amanda?
Oh, you know, a little this, a little that.
I'll be on the soccer field.
I love that
You
you're
are?
mom.
Yeah, I'm a soccer mom now.
Did you get
soccer
the soccer mom
I got
basic
sucked in.
essentials? Do you have a cooler?
I do not have a cooler. I don't have any of those. I'm standing with a little backpack on.
Do you have a visor?
You won't catch me in a lounge chair
Do you
at
have
all.
a visor? Do you do the orange slices in the bag still?
I don't do that either.
You have a
I do
lot to
goldfish.
learn.
Goldfish
my
is
soccer
good.
mom today.
Yeah.
We need to talk to Sandra. Sandra is
right.
the
So that's another level.
Sandra will get you the cooler.
It's a whole other level.
That's
of
another
the Yeti
level.
Soccer mom.
Soccer mom.
She has
Yeah,
a
the
whole
Yeti.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you switch over to basketball mom territory, then you and
Then that's your calling.
Yeah, that's my area. As well as this is my area. Let me tell you about the weather this weekend, by the way, you soccer parents. There is
You said sucker.
Well,
They say that?
they're all the same.
You soccer parents. There is a slight chance for some showers, by the way. So, you know, you want to get that umbrella for that, just in case. But 77 degrees was the high temperature yesterday, but we're definitely on a cooling trend because watching a couple of storm systems, that's going to bring us a little bit of rain. Maybe a little bit more than what we got on the first day of the month because we've got two storms, actually. This one is going to stay, for the most part, to our north, which is great news for the Artemis splashdown, or the astronauts coming in just off the coast of San Diego. So we're actually looking at some really nice weather for this part of Southern California, and off the coast they should have really no problems splashing down at around 5:07. So pay attention at that time. You might be able to hear that sonic boom associated with them entering our atmosphere. Windy conditions for the desert communities, including Palm Springs. So if you're headed to Coachella today, the weekend, I think it's going to stay, for the most part, rain-free tomorrow. However, on Sunday, we will look for those showers there as well. Thousand Oaks, we've got mostly cloudy skies, getting to the upper 60s later this afternoon. Just a quick look at the beach in Laguna, 66 degrees there. Later at around noontime. I'll send it back to you.
All right, Maria, thanks so much.
Lots of developments this morning in that investigation into that massive Ontario warehouse fire.
That's right. Let's go to Rachel Aragon right now. The suspect in this case now facing federal charges on top of everything else. Rachel joining us live now in Rancho Cucamonga. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Yeah, according to court documents, by the way, that suspect you just mentioned was found 2 miles or so away from that facility. Now he finds himself in police custody this morning, awaiting his first day in court. But take a look at these mugshots right here. We just received these this morning. This is a picture right here of the suspect himself. Again, this is a 29-year-old, according to police, Highland resident, Shamel Abdul Kareem. Police saying he's an employee of NFI Industries, which is a third-party distribution company of Kimberly-Clark. Well, this is video right here. Take a look at that massive six-alarm fire we've been reporting on throughout the week at the Kimberly-Clark Distribution Center. Again, drawing in at its peak 175 firefighters. On Friday, though, officials announcing a new federal arson-related charge. And court documents, by the way, saying when police searched him, an officer, they say, found a lighter on him. The fire, according to the criminal complaint, caused about $500 million worth of damage. We'll take a look at this video here. Shortly after that fire broke out, this video had been circling on social media. Again, this video is what appears to be someone starting a fire inside a warehouse. Well, this morning, law enforcement confirming they believe this to be filmed by the suspect himself. Police said this morning he had vented to witnesses over phone and text about his crimes and expressed frustration with his employer over his pay on social media. Well, here are federal officials talking about the concerns over the suspect resorting to violence. Take a listen.
In a phone call to one witness, the defendant compared himself to Luigi Mangione, the accused murderer of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. Look, America is founded on free enterprise and capitalism. There is an extremely disturbing trend where people are resorting to violence to communicate political messages or economic messages. I don't know if this guy saw himself as a Luigi, but he's an arsonist. He's a criminal.
Now, we learned several things this morning about the suspect, one of which he allegedly set at least 6 fires. They said that number could grow or change as the investigation goes on. Reporters also asked officials this morning whether or not this man had any kind of criminal background. They said as of right now, they're not aware of any kind of criminal background or history. But back here live in Rancho Cucamonga, though, I know we were supposed to have that first appearance. We were just told not too long ago that has now been postponed to Monday morning. So again, a lot of interest still as we learn more about what unfolded in Ontario earlier this week. Reporting live this morning, I'm Rachel Aragon. I'll send it back to you.
All right, a lot of information there. Rachel, thank you so much. The LAUSD school board will hold a closed-door meeting this morning as the clock ticks down to a possible district-wide strike.
Let's get to Brooke with more on that. Good morning.
Yeah, let's get to it. Okay, so this morning's special session will focus on contract talks with United Teachers Los Angeles and other labor groups. Parents with the group Reclaim Our Schools gathered outside district headquarters yesterday. They say if teachers strike, they're going to be on the picket lines right beside them. The UTLA, SEIU Local 99 say they are prepared to walk out if their demands for a 17% raise are not met. Teachers say the district can afford to pay more because it's sitting on a huge cash reserve.
And we're fighting to ensure that the money right here at this district, who are sitting on a $5 billion surplus, goes to the classrooms.
It is ridiculous that we hold a 35% reserve and we're just holding on to it for a rainy day. This is the rainy day.
LAUSD touched on that cash reserve in a statement it released yesterday. Part of that statement reads, the district remains committed to reaching agreements that support employees while also protecting the long-term financial stability of the district. Earlier this week, I was able to catch up with acting LAUSD Superintendent Andreas Chait. He says no one wants a strike.
For our employees, what I would say is we value your work. We know you are the backbone of this district. No one takes that lightly or diminishes that in any way. But our responsibility is to find a compensation agreement that values that work while maintaining good financial stability for the district.
No agreement would mean no school for nearly 400,000 students. UTLA represents teachers, counselors, nurses, librarians. SEIU represents teachers' aides, bus drivers, and cafeteria workers, and more, while principals, assistant principals, and some managers are members of the Teamsters Union. Pay increases are on the table, as well as stable work schedules and cancellation of some layoffs. A lot to talk about here. I just want to touch base really quickly on that reserve because there's a bit of a discrepancy there. You know, you heard the union members say they're sitting on $5 billion. The district says that was the reported number at the end of 2025, the school year. So at the end of June, it was $5 billion. They believe at the end of June of 2026, it will be $3.8 billion. And that's just with current spending. They also say they're restricted by law, some of those funds, that they have to be used for certain things. So
they can't just use it as they wish. So I saw on your Instagram you're posting a lot of things for people to go so they can get help. One of the big things is, of course, the free food that kids get in the district. Like 500,000 kids rely on breakfast, lunch. Sometimes they even send like a snack dinner kind of thing home.
Absolutely.
So what is the plan when it comes to that?
Yeah, they already have food distribution sites set up, ready to go, because, you know, the deadline for this is Tuesday. Today's Friday.
Yeah,
right, so it's coming up very quickly. If this happens, you actually can go to schoolupdates.lausd.org, and then you click on, I believe, Family Resources. Then you have a drop-down menu. You're looking at it right there, Family Resources, I'm sorry. Drop-down menu right there, and you click either childcare, food distribution, meals, and there's a map there that's interactive. You can click the icons, you can zoom in on the map, move around, you can just check the list at the bottom and just see what's close for you, what's going to work for you, what are the rules, restrictions at that location, and make sure your kids eat.
It's going to be helpful for families, but still not the solution that anyone's looking for.
Not the solution anybody is looking for. This is unprecedented. You know, we are talking about the three biggest unions in the district collaborating on a strike. Yeah,
well, most definitely lead to the closure of some schools. I mean, I don't see how schools can function normally with that many unions on strike at the same time.
I mean, the district is saying that almost explicitly. Like nobody sees how, you know, you can lose 80% of the employees and keep schools open. Of course you can't. So they're trying to plan ahead and also trying to prevent it at the same time.
That's right.
All sides. So there's that.
Thank you.
Of course.
Thank you so much. Okay, so the road to the Olympics is paved with gold, but LA officials say they're making sure that it's not taxpayer gold. LA city leaders demanding an ironclad guarantee from LA 28 organizers to protect the public from massive bills for security and sanitation while the games carry a $7 billion price tag. City Hall fears unexpected shortfalls could have Angelenos on the hook. Negotiators are racing to finalize a deal promising a financially responsible games, but for now, the final tab remains a multi-billion-dollar question mark.
A plant disease that can harm citrus trees continues continues to expand across the Southland, forcing state officials to expand quarantined areas. The fungal pathogen called sweet orange scab disease scars and pockmarks citrus. It can lead to young fruit dropping prematurely and stunt tree growth altogether. It was found in parts of LA and Ventura counties last year. And now the California Food and Agriculture Department says it's expanded to La Puente in the San Gabriel Valley, as well as into Irvine in Orange County. Citrus tree owners are directed to not move the plants or the harvested fruit.
Big changes coming to one of LA's most iconic landmarks. The Getty Center has announced it will temporarily close to the public for a whole year for its most significant modernization since it opened in 1997. The project will upgrade the tram system, revitalize galleries, and renovate the Welcome Home. The closure starts next spring, so that's March 15th, 2027. The campus set to reopen in spring of 2028, just in time for the LA Summer Olympics. I just took my kids there, like, I don't know, a month ago. I have to tell you, it was in really good shape. So they maintain it so well. I'm like, wow, what else are you going to do?
A lot of money goes into the Getty Museum for sure.
Incredible.
Also, the La Brea Tar Pits is closing for 2 years this summer in order to complete the first renovation on the museum in 50 years. The LAist reports the overhaul will add enhanced displays, research labs, and a roof terrace. The work is expected to be done in time for the LA 2028 Olympics. The excavation sites in the outside park will remain open during those renovations.
Excitement building in Pomona for a big weekend. We're talking drag racing.
Yeah, Coco is there with a preview of the NHRA Winter Nationals. Good morning.
Hey there, this is a huge weekend for drag racing. We're so excited about it. Lots of people will be coming here to the Pomona drag strip. I am going to introduce you now to Justin, who's a Top Fuel driver, and Dan, who is a funny car driver. So cool. Both of you are so popular, by the way. I've seen so many fans coming up to you wanting your autograph. So I'll start with you, Dan, because we're standing next to a funny car. Tell us about it, how fast it goes.
So this car makes between 10 and 12,000 horsepower. It goes from 0 to 330 mile an hour in 4 seconds. Pulls about 5.5 G's in the middle. So that's when you get that really good like tummy tickle, like you're falling off the top of a roller coaster. She does 100 mile an hour in less than a second. Yeah.
That is incredible. And Justin, okay, I'm told your reaction time is crazy. So I got to ask you about your reaction time.
Well, listen, I'm from New York. I always tell people the same thing. So if you're at a stoplight in New York and it turns green, you better go. Because if you don't go right away, someone's going to honk at you. So I like to think it probably has something to do with that. But honestly, the competition right now is so good. These races are decided by such close margins that reaction times, even down to the thousands, are so important. So it's something that I try and take pride in, and everything that both Dan and I can do to try and help our teams, we're going to try and do.
And why do you love this sport so much, too?
I mean, there's so many different reasons, right? It really starts and ends with the people. You have the horsepower, the 11,000, 12,000 horsepower, these fast accelerating cars that go over 330 miles per hour, but it's the people. It's the people from Skag Power Equipment. It's the teams that we have supporting us, and it's the fans. You already mentioned it, right, that you see out here early this morning. They'll be here Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, so we love racing in front of a great group of fans as well.
Absolutely. And Dan, what's it like for you, why you love the sport, and what's it like racing at the Pomona drag strip?
Well, like, it's obvious when you come here. If you don't think this thing that goes 330 mile an hour is not cool, I don't know if we can be friends. So that's an obvious part. But like Justin said, I've been blessed that Skag Power Equipment gave me the opportunity to do this with my family. So it sounds cheesy, but my father's one of my best friends. I've been working with him for a long time. So this was kind of a dream we had. We'd sit around at the dinner table when I was 13, like, wouldn't that be cool if we could go race together someday? And now we're doing it. So that's the cool part for me.
Well, congratulations to you, Dan, living your dream. Same for you, Justin. We wish you both the best of luck. We know you're teammates, so we wish you amazing races this weekend. You've got to come out and support them and support all the drivers as well here at the Pomona Drag Strip. So if you want tickets, head over to NHRA.com, or you can just come and get your tickets here as well. Kids 12 and under are free. I'll send it back to you.
All right.
We love free.
Yeah, we do.
Thank you, Coco.
Thank you. Fun thing to do with the family. Waymo is partnering with Waze, the directions app, for a new pilot program to combat what they're calling a common enemy, Potholes. Yes, you know what that's like. The program uses Waymo's perception and physical feedback system to detect and provide up-to-date information on potholes where it operates. This is actually really smart. That data will then be shared to the Departments of Transportation so they can find the holes and actually fill them. Waze will use the data to enhance safety features and alert drivers as they approach the potholes. The program is being launched in 5 different cities, including here in LA.
I like it. So this next story is raising some eyebrows across the country. The Texas State Board of Education gave preliminary approval to a new mandatory reading list for all public schools in the state, which features several passages from the Bible. Supporters say these texts are essential to understanding U.S. history and culture, but critics argue the list overemphasizes Christianity while cutting diverse voices. The board will have several months to revise the list before a final vote in June. If it's passed, the new curriculum would hit classrooms by the 2030 school year.
2 years, for years, that is, getting an A at Harvard has almost been, I mean, I would say expected, right?
Some smarties in the classes. That's because over half the grades there are currently straight A's, but soon all of that could change. Next week, the faculty will vote on a plan to pump the brakes by capping top marks at just 20% per course. As you can imagine, the student body not having it. One survey showed about 94% opposition, with students comparing administrators to villains from Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter. So why make a move like that? Well, 2 words: grade inflation. The school says it's about protecting the value of a degree. Students are not buying that. They say it already makes a competitive campus even more toxic.
Yeah.
If the A cap passes, it will hit the books in 2027.
I'm having a hard time understanding logic.
I don't really understand. Just having a degree from Harvard is its own badge of honor. So I don't necessarily think that potential employers are looking at, did you get straight A's? What kind of grades did you get at Harvard? I don't think they're looking at that. I think they're looking at
that, though?
Oh, you got your MBA in Harvard.
Of course. And also, if you earned an A, you earned an A. You can't say, oh, we gave too many out.
Right.
That's odd. Yeah.
Very strange. But, you know, who are we? Coming up,
we didn't go to Harvard.
That's right. Coming up, Coachella is this weekend, and one of the headliners has a really fun pop-up experience opening to the public today. We have details on the Sabrina Carpenter pit stop.
Also, you know what? Lots of excitement is building ahead of the Artemis II splashdown happening today. That's right. Today's the day.
It is.
What you need to know.
welcome back to you. Let's talk about the rain that we're expecting. Not a whole lot, actually. Tonight, we start with some very light showers, mainly up to our north, maybe over the mountains and foothills, and accumulations aren't really too much. I don't think it will impact the Artemis splashdown at all. We'll get some very light on again, off again spotty showers tomorrow, and then that second system moving in late tomorrow into Sunday will be when we get the bulk of the moisture. And it's, again, not real big impacts associated with this. There's just a slight chance for some thunderstorms. So that's when we'll get some higher accumulations, like potentially over an inch in Pasadena through Monday, and then only 0.2 of an inch of rain in Santa Ana, 1/3 of an inch near Long Beach. Basically kind of a beneficial rain here as we get these two storms to impact us just a little bit as we get through the weekend. Ventura County beaches 2 to 4+ feet. LA County 3 to 5, 2 to 4 Orange County to San Diego, and temperatures on the sand in the mid to upper 60s. 72 expected for downtown LA today, and then down to just 64 on Sunday with that greater chance for widespread rain. So we'll go from about 10 to 20% chance tomorrow to 80% on Sunday. Valley's Inland Empire 73 today with some partly cloudy to partly sunny skies, depending on how you look at it, and then just 66 on Sunday. The mountains 56. We've got some shower chances and even some snow up into the mountains on Sunday. The high desert 70 degrees today, and as we look at the Coachella Valley, Palm Springs, if you're headed to the festival, 88, lots of sunshine today, but the winds will kick in. Sunday's the day that we'll be expecting some showers, just a 40% chance there, and a little cooler, 75 degrees. I'll send it back to you.
All right, Maria, thank you. So as you're heading over to Coachella this weekend, don't forget to swing by Sabrina Carpenter's pop-up pit stop. It officially opens to the public today in Indio. The experience opens at noon to 8 p.m. and the address is listed right there at your screen. Fans can explore the set filled with vintage cars, custom slushies, and Sabrina merch and surprise references to her past and current work. Do I kind of sound like her now?
Yeah.
And of course, photo opportunities at the Pretty Girl Cleanup Crew.
Instagrammable.
From Sabrina's house tour music video.
Oh, looks fun.
Cool.
All right, speaking of music artists, a California bill aimed at protecting fans from price gougers has cleared a major hurdle. The California Fans First Act passed out of the Assembly Committee when it comes to arts, sports, tourism, and entertainment yesterday. The bill would cap the prices of resale tickets to no more than 10% above face value and would require sellers to have the tickets in hand before then listing them for sale. It would also raise fines for any violations from $2,500 to $10,000. Now the bill goes to the Committees on Judiciary and Privacy and Consumer Protection for further approval.
Happening today, jurors are set to begin deliberations in the Live Nation antitrust trial. An attorney representing 34 states, including California, argued the company and Ticketmaster illegally dominate the industry and drive up concert prices. Live Nation pushed back in court, saying it faces strong competition and operates fairly. The case now heads to the jury after weeks of testimony and closing arguments.
In the meantime, StubHub will pay $10 million to settle claims that the ticket seller failed to disclose the total cost of some tickets up front. Last year, the Federal Trade Commission issued a new rule that sellers needed to include the total price for things like live tickets and short-term lodging. Well, FTC found that StubHub failed to follow the rule for 3 days last May. The company will be required to return the undisclosed fees to customers.
Well, pretty soon, in just a matter of hours, in fact, we'll all be able to say welcome home to the Artemis II astronauts.
Yeah, they're preparing for splashdown this evening off the coast of San Diego, which is a crucial part of the mission. The splashdown is actually widely considered to be more dangerous than the launch itself. The astronauts will re-enter Earth's atmosphere going as fast as 25,000 miles per hour, and the Orient spacecraft will face temperatures of up to 5,000 degrees Fahrenheit. NASA has tweaked the flight path after the spacecraft's heat shield cracked during the last mission.
We've reviewed all the systems, we've reviewed all the reentry procedures and activities, and we are good to go. And so the team's done an excellent job walking through those, ensuring that those systems on board Orion and on the ground are ready to support. Orion remains healthy.
The team expected to return home around 5:07 our time and will be in San Diego for the historic splashdown. It'll be followed by a news conference with the astronauts themselves, 7:30, of course, after they get checked out. For medical team there will look them over, make sure everything is good to go once they get the all clear. And you can follow along on the Fox local app where you'll find streaming content throughout the day.
You know, I tried to get a hold of Victor Glover's daughter, Maya, and she said, I don't think we want to talk to anybody until my dad comes back to the planet. I'm like, who else can say that right now? That's such a boss thing to be able to say.
That's a valid excuse, by the way.
Absolutely. Hey, the world's going to be watching, and you know what? So is Charmin. Charmin will be awarding these astronauts hard work once they splash down with free toilet paper. If you remember, the Artemis II has faced some plumbing issues during its 10-day journey. NASA reported the issue with their onboard toilet system shortly after the launch. It was fixed, but now the toilet paper company wants to make sure the crew has no more potty problems and splashdowns once they're splashed down back on Earth. So, in a social media post, Charmin announced it would give each astronaut free toilet paper to last a whole year.
Can you imagine like how exciting it is for them to be like, oh my gosh, soon I can use an actual toilet?
Yeah.
Right? Like it's the little things.
The potty in the sky was kind of crazy. They had insulation. It was insulated. They had bars to hold on to.
Yes.
Because of the
soundproof,
anti-gravity.
right?
It was soundproof. Yeah.
Anyway, we could go on, but we won't. Coming up at 10, Southwest Airlines encouraging its customers to drink wine, but not necessarily on flights. We'll explain what that's about. Good morning. Welcome to 10 a.m. and here's some of the stories